The Planetside 2 Unofficial Lore Backstory Timeline. Chapter 1. From landing on Auraxis to the Golden Years. (2643). The fleet lands on the Auraxian surface. To shelter against the toxic atmosphere, the colony ships are broken apart and reformed into several of the tech plants, biolabs and amp stations that are still present on the planet today. Earthquakes and storms almost bring disaster to the young colony. Fearing a continuation of the new conglomerate rebellion Planetside, Commander Brent Waterson orders them to be completely eliminated as a political entity. Their businesses cease to exist. The mercenaries and other company employees are split up and reassigned to mines or terraforming stations far from the growing towns. Terran soldiers are posted across the planet to maintain law and order. Despite the repression, the majority of the colonists accept this temporary suspension of civil liberties as the price of security on this dangerous new planet. The discovery of rich deposits of a new, super-strong wonder compound, Auraxium, gives new hope that humanity may one day prosper on this far-flung colony. 2650. Xenobiologist Henry Briggs discovers an alien artifact identical to the one he discovered alongside former Terran Republic President Tom Connery in 2634. He receives another vision and becomes the first human to be directly spoken to by an alien species. For the next 10 years, Henry Briggs wanders the colonies of Auraxis, first alone, then with scores of followers. He reveals the Vanu message, that humanity is destined for greatness among the stars alongside the advanced alien civilizations. Investigation of the Vanu artifacts buried across the planet will guide humankind to their salvation. Tired of wallowing under a repressive government on a desolate, dangerous planet, his message is attractive to many. 2653 to 2657. The terraforming is almost complete, and the atmosphere of Auraxis finally becomes suitable for breathing. However, this change is greeted with little fanfare. The continuing political repression and relative poverty in the mining and terraforming towns lead to riots. The Terrans respond forcefully. Many people are killed, and frontier towns are destroyed. As the protests escalate, a movement begins to recreate the new conglomerate as an independent nation, backed by several influential ex-business leaders in the cities. A low-level guerrilla war simmers across the borderlands. At the same time, Briggs and his followers are repeatedly jailed for espousing views incompatible with those of the Terran Republic. His increasing notoriety only serves to spread his message further. 2657. Alan Yeager, a young, visionary Terran politician, rises to prominence with a radical compromise to placate the protesters and end the growing conflict. He proposes that the new conglomerate should be recognized once more as a distinct political faction with significant independent powers. His ideas are initially greeted with ridicule within the Terran High Command. However, as the guerrilla war intensifies in the borderlands, he gains increasing power within the political establishment. 2660. With protests spreading to the Terran capital itself, the aging High Commander Brent Waterson is persuaded to step down from power. In the subsequent party elections, 36-year-old Alan Yeager is chosen as the next president of Auraxis. For unknown reasons, xenobiologist Henry Briggs commits suicide. Golden Years. (2661). Following the election, Yeager's peace offering to the conglomerate is accepted, and within weeks, the first Congress is convened at the Auraxian capital, comprised of Terran, New Conglomerate and Vanu representatives. However, the powers of the two smaller factions fall far short of full independence. The Terran Republic retains exclusive control of law, order and military matters on Auraxis. 2662 to 2739. In the years that follow, life improves for the Auraxian people. The planet is full of natural resources and is sparsely populated. New, vibrant ecosystems bloom across the newly terraformed landscapes. Over the years, the Terran-dominated Congress grants increasing freedoms to their citizens. Following the suggestions of prominent Vanu visionaries, President Alan Yeager implements a planet-wide research program to investigate the thousands of Vanu archaeological sites that cover Auraxis. Great discoveries are made from the uncovered artifacts. Teleportation technology allows for the 50-year construction of the immense warpgates. Following the translation of ancient Vanu manuscripts, Nanobots and nanite reconstruction techniques are perfected in the early 28th century. The application of the almost indestructible Auraxian molecules to this technology revolutionizes medicine, manufacturing, and transport. Many basic services in Auraxian society soon come to depend on nanite technology. Nanite Systems, which has a monopoly on the original patents, rises to become the most profitable enterprise on the planet. Despite the great technological advances and optimistic mood of the time, there are storm clouds on the horizon. By the third decade of the 28th century, it becomes clear that the expected bounty of Auraxium has fallen far short of expectations, the majority mined long before by the ancient Vanu civilization. The young nanite economy upon which the Auraxian people depend would be unsustainable within 100 years. 8th of January 2739. Following its 98.3-year cycle precisely, the wormhole opens once more. Lacking a space fleet, Auraxian society can only watch from afar. The much-anticipated rescue craft from Earth do not appear from the other side. Following the closing of the portal, the Auraxian people are afflicted by a great sense of loneliness and a deep desire to see their ancient homeland once more. The Congress agrees that re-establishing contact with the Terran civilization in Sol is a priority. The resources of the small planet are turned to create a space-worthy fleet to revisit Earth at the next wormhole opening, almost a century in the future. 2740 to 2794. The era of great discoveries continues. Following further alien artifact discoveries, Vanu scientists uncover a way to rebirth dead subjects. But despite their best efforts, they cannot overcome a key stumbling block. The rebirth cannot retain their memories, are unable to learn, and are useless for any practical task. After leads from whistleblowers, Terran authorities uncover the secret human rebirthing experiments and their pitiful test subjects. Rebirthing experimentation is banned, and in the resulting backlash against the Vanu, further research is greatly restricted, such as that on human augmentation. The Vanu bloc protest, claiming that augmentation is necessary for the human body to endure the light speed travel necessary to reach Earth if the plan to pass through the wormhole fails. Their cries fall on deaf ears. Distrustful of the intentions of the Vanu, and envious of their technological superiority, the Terran Republic blocked further independent research by Vanu scientists. All further work is to be conducted in joint facilities.